Don't miss a beat, join the notification squad by clicking that bell. You'll get notified every time I upload a video, and be sure to join our Discord to talk and get help with your code.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Ned. Welcome back to another episode of Discord.js bot development. Today we're going to be doing the warn commands. This is highly requested, so I figured why not. The way we're doing it is kind of unconventional, probably looked down on, but it's going to be the easiest way to do it right now. This is my second time recording, so I'm going to go ahead and set this guy up. I'll go through it in a second. So today I have already set up the files. We're going to start doing it that way just to make it easier. We don't have to do the same code every single time. So if you have not watched a command handler tutorial, I suggest doing that now. The link for that will be in all of the Discord.js coding tutorials, series, episodes, whatever. Let's go ahead and get right into this because I have done this 2 times now and I am ready to get it right. So we're going to be setting up 2 commands, the warn command and then the warn level command. The warn level command is just going to get the level of warnings that the user has, and the warn command is always going to apply that. We're also going to be doing a kind of like a punishment system as well. Not a punishment system, I can't say that, but like a certain amount of warns get a certain amount of punishment. So let's go ahead and set this up. So first thing we need to do, as always, or not as always, but we'll set up permissions. So if the user does not have, the author does not have permission, member.has permission, and then we can do manage. We'll just say members because we're gonna have a ban command in here. So return message.reply, no can do, pal. All right, so we're gonna get the user, w-user equals message.guild.member, and then parentheses message.mentions.users.first, or message.guild.members.get args. And I just kind of realized I have not gone through what we're getting it from or how we're getting it. So let's go ahead and set that up real quick. So we have this file here. It's just going to be in your main bot file. So right there it is, warnings.js or JSON, and it's going to be empty right now. We just set it up like that. We'll leave it like that for now. To require that, we're going to go ahead and do let warns equal json.parse. Oops, if I can type. All right. Parentheses fs.read file sync. And then we'll do parentheses and then we'll just locate the file warnings.json. And then we're going to declare the type of file or how to read it. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and continue. So if w-user.has permission, and we'll say manage messages because that way it kind of accounts for moderators or something like that. Return message.reply, they way too cool. All right, so let's go ahead and, oh, forgot. If we can't find the user, w-user, if they do not exist, we'll go ahead and do return message.reply. Couldn't find them, yo. All right, so now we need to set the reason. So let's just let reason equal args.join, and we'll join them with spaces as always, and then slice the ID from the beginning by getting the first 22 characters and just removing it. Now that that is done, we need to check this file. So if this file does not have any warning, or if this file doesn't have a warning for that specific user, we're going to add them. So if warns, open brackets, w-user.id does not exist, then we're going to do warns, w-user.id equals warns 0. All right, so just gonna add a semicolon there and we're good to go. So warns, and here we're gonna add a warning level. So basically this is the main part of the command. So warns or w-user.id dot warns plus plus, and that's just going to add 1 point to it, and we can test that out. Well, let's go ahead and build an embed just to actually we have to save the file first. I forgot about that. So fs write file, pretty big thing I'm forgetting here, and then we'll do warnings.json, and then we're going to do json.stringify, and this is how we, did I just spell that right? Yeah, I did. Warns. And then we just want to check for an error, so error, an arrow function that if error console.log error. All right, so now that that is done, it's going to check and see if there's any warnings for that specific user, and if there are not, it's going to create a table for it. We'll call it a table, and then it's going to add to that level. So let's go ahead and create an embed. So let warn embed. I'm going to fly through this because we've done this before. New discord.rich embed parentheses. We'll set description. Warns. Set author message.author, and we'll just do username for quickness. Set color. I have a color here that I'm going to use. Well, we'll pick one real quick. All right, let's just say we do like a deep orange. That's brown. There we go. This one's perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and paste that in there. And we'll do add field. And we'll call this one warned user. And we're just going to do wuser.tag. And then we'll do add field. Warned in. And this is just going to get, let's get the channel. So message.channel. And that's going to tag the channel. Add field. We'll say number of warnings. Number of warnings. Let's go ahead and just do warns. wuser.id.warns. Then we could do reason. All right. So now that that is done, go ahead and say or end that with a semicolon. Now we want to send it. We can do it one of two ways. I'm going to do it not the old-fashioned way, but the way we've done it with the incidents before. Sorry I didn't clean out the messages before, guys, from the previous recordings. I got so far, and it just kept on, as you can see, not working. So now that I've worked out the kinks, which I should have done before, but it's whatever. So let's go ahead and set the warn channel. Warn channel equal message.guild.channels.find. We're going to find it by name. Incidents. So we know it's going to be there, but if the channel does not exist, return message.reply couldn't find channel. All right, so warn channel dot send warn embed. Oh, okay. So before we go ahead and test this guy out, we're going to go ahead and set up a couple punishments to speak of. So let's go ahead and do if warns, and then we're going to do wuser.id.warns is equal to 2. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to copy and paste this just to make this a little easier. So format it a little bit better. All right, so here we're going to be using, so as you can see, I have MS required up here and FS required up here. So FS is obviously for the file writing, and then MS is going to be for this temp mute that we're going to be doing. So we're going to do a temp mute of 10 seconds just to keep it easy. And I'm going to go ahead and do mute role, let mute role equal message.guild.roles.find name muted. All right, so normally if we can't find that role, we're going to go ahead and create it. but not today because we know it's already there. So let's go ahead and just check if mute role doesn't exist. Remember, we'll just return message.reply. You should create that role, dude. All right, so once that is done, we can go ahead and we'll just set the mute time equal to, we'll set it 10s for 10 seconds, just for tutorial purposes, of course. Await wuser.add role mute role.id, and then we can go ahead and do message.channel.send, and we'll just do backtick so we can do an object, and we'll do wuser.tag, right? I believe has been temporarily muted. All right, so once that's done, we need to do this set timeout function, just like we did for the temp mute tutorial before. So set timeout function, and then we can go ahead, just do some curly brackets open, and we'll do wuser.remove role mute role.id. Normally you would want to check and make sure, just in case these roles are already added up here. So you want to make sure if the wuser has a role, then you don't do that. You just return it and say they're already muted. You can do that. You don't have to. I'm not going to, just because waste of time, even though I just explained it. So message.channel.reply, and we'll say they have been unmuted. You can do objects here. I'm not going to worry about it, just because I'm kind of low on time already. This is running a little long. So if they have, I'm going to go ahead and actually delete that. But if they have, I want to check and see if they have 3 warnings, not 2. There we go. So if they have 3 warnings, we're going to go ahead and do message.guild.member wuser.ban with a reason. So that's going to go ahead and ban them. That's kind of severe, but if you want to do temp ban, you can do it just like you did up here before. So, and you can just put unban. I think I did that in the last episode. So message.channel.send. We'll do wuser.tag has been unbanned, or has been banned. And we'll do reason. Well, reason is going to be up or in the warn channel anyways. So now that that is done, I believe we are ready to go ahead and test this guy out. I'm going to go. All right, so I don't know what I did wrong here before, but I went ahead and just rewrote this code. It was throwing an error before, so I went ahead and rewrote it. But yeah, so I don't think there was really anything wrong with it before, but now it works. So let's go ahead and start the file up and double check. Warnings is empty, so everything loaded. Let's go ahead and try this bad boy out. So warn, we'll do Andrew first. Being offline. All right, so we have a message here. Number of warnings, being offline, reason, warned in general. Oh, warned user is undefined. So maybe. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and reset these guys, the warn or wuser.tags, just to the way we've been doing it before. I thought that one worked, but I guess I was wrong. All right, guys, sorry about that. So now that that is fixed, we can go ahead and double check. And while we do that, we can restart the server, of course. Or I say server every time. Restart the bot and warn at Andrew boy being offline. I spelled that wrong, but we can go double check. It did not give him the mute role. All right, so we didn't finish this timeout function. So let's go ahead, and that's why it probably added it and removed it right away. I'm not going to check the audit log because there's a bunch of invite codes there, and I don't want anyone to see that yet. I might make this server open just for you to join and mess around with the commands and kind of look how they work. But yeah, so we need to go ahead and do ms mute time. I forgot to pass that through there. All right, so save that and then go ahead and restart the bot. And now let's try one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and, oops, I have to reopen this probably. Right, he has no warnings apparently. Write the file. Let's try that one more time then. We'll see if it... Okay, so it wasn't saving the file for some reason, but let's double check. Alright guys, I'm really sorry about that. I'm really dumb. It's not setting the warnings because I didn't add JSON on the end. So let's go ahead and retry this one more time, guys. I'm only at like 18 minutes, so no big deal. Alright, so the bot is online. Let's try this one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm switching the tutorial lesson for tomorrow at 11 o'clock at night. So, Warren Andrew Boy being offline. Alright, so let's double check. No role, that's normal. Whatever, because we haven't, he only has one warning, so let's double check the warnings. Okay, so it's made that file, but now that we don't need that. So there's his warnings file. We can go ahead and delete this guy because that's just not going to be, it's probably not going to work. It'll mess up at some point. So warnings.json is saving. Let's go ahead and check the mute. Temp mute. It should work because we know how to do that, but always want to test everything in your bot. Being offline. Alright, so let's check Andrew's profile. He is muted. Let's go ahead and wait 10 seconds. Shouldn't be too long. Oh, that's why. Okay, so message.channel reply does not work. That's a good point. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in there and set his level to 1. And let's restart that bot. Sorry for the abnormally long video to you guys. This was highly requested, so I figured I'd do it. Warren Andrew at Andrew Boy being cool. Okay, he's been temporarily muted. The muted command is there, or the muted role is there. Now let's go ahead and wait that 10 seconds to double check. Okay, so I changed the wrong one. Alright guys, I'm cutting this because I've messed up like 4 times. I've changed message.channel.reply to message.reply because that's the way it's supposed to be. And I've just changed this down to message.reply as well. So let's go ahead and restart this bot. And well, let me go ahead and set his level to 1 again. We'll see if we even have time for... So I'm going to go ahead and remove the role. And then Warren Andrew Boy for being awesome and not getting mad at me pinging him 1,000 times or 100 times. Alright, he's been temporarily muted. No error yet. No error yet. It's probably been 10 seconds just about now. Alright, so he has been unmuted. The incident is right here. And we can check. Of course, there it is. So very quickly, let's just go ahead and go through this warn level thing. Since I've burned much time on that, and I'll probably be up an hour for editing. So this is pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and do if message.member.has permission. If they don't, sorry, I never say that. Manage, let's just say messages. You can tell my brain's fried from all this, but message.reply, return message.reply. You can't do that. Now you can set it up so if you want your users, just your normal members, to be able to check their own warning level, you can go ahead and do that. But you can check and see if they have an argument there. And if they have an argument, they're not allowed to. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna add that in there because that's how I want to set it up. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that real quick. So let warns, and we'll just put that bad boy up here. So let W, and we're just gonna go ahead and grab a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because we're almost out of time. So okay, so we got the W user, the warn user. That's gonna be the same thing. So let's just go ahead and let warn level equal warns wuser.id.warns. And then message.reply. We'll do their profile, wuser.id with the less than and then at sign and then the greater than sign on the end has, and we'll say warn level warnings. All right, guys, so that is that for that command. That should all we need is right there. Let's go ahead and restart the server. And let's go ahead and do it. One level at Andrew Boy. All right, so we have 2 warnings on that. But yeah, that is all I'm gonna have for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for sticking it through that long episode. If you have any questions at all, feel free to join the Discord and ask them in the appropriate channel. We ask that you don't ping anyone. Just be respectful when you're trying to get help, and people will help you. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down in the comments below. The code will be in the description, since that was kind of rough episode, but we made it. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace.